Hey everyone, this is going to be my first video. First topic that we're going to cover, I feel like is crucial, and to understand this and to apply it is life changing. It really opened my eyes to all the potential, right, that I have. So the topic today is going to be about accountability, right? So it's owning up to your responsibilities, taking responsibility for your own actions, understanding that you're accountable for everything. You're accountable for your life, right? So let me start off by saying how I learned accountability. So let's see, I was 27 years old. 27, 28. I was going through a transition in my life where I got out of a relationship and I was trying to find myself. I didn't know what I was doing. I was, doing all sorts of stuff and going out, having fun, drinking, whatever. At that time, I had already had 3 children, and the 3 children were with me full time. And so I was 27, 28. I was talking to my buddy, and he's a solid dude. And I was complaining. I was complaining about my life and the way it is. I was talking about how I'm tired. I work all the time. I got these kids. I'm worried about this and that, and I don't know what to do, and this and that. I was just going on and just complaining. What do I do? Sorry, I got interrupted with a phone call. So as I was saying, I was complaining all the time. I didn't know what to do. And my buddy sat me down. He sat me down and said, "Fred, have a sit." I said, "Okay, what's up?" This person, he built a nice life for himself, lavish. He built it how he wanted to. He said, "Fred, your life is the way it is because you made it that way." He said, now you have to deal with the responsibilities that you created, right? He was tired of hearing me complain, which I understand because now I don't listen to people complain. I won't entertain it at all. I will just tell you, do it. Do something, change it, right? Take accountability. So he sat me down. That's what he said. He said, "Fred, your life is the way it is because you created it that way." It took me 2-3 weeks. I just really marinated on it. "Fred, your life is this way because you made it this way." What he left out is something that I added to it. So he said, "Fred, your life is this way because you made it this way." What I added to it was, well, if my life is this way because I made it this way, that means I can make my life however I want from here on, right? From this point on, now I can create it how I want it to be because I already created it this way that clearly I was unsatisfied with. I was stressed and tired, whatever, overwhelmed. So now with all this new information, then I was like, then I didn't even know what to do with that, honestly. I was still lost. I was still in a state where I wasn't stable, and that's when I really took accountability for my life and my actions. And it changed my life because then what I did was okay, so what's my concern, right? So I chose a concern. All right, well, now how can I make it to where I want it to be, right? Say I wanted a stable house. Well, what could I do to get that, right? Okay, well, first I need to understand that everything behind doesn't even matter. What matters is right now and what we go moving onward. So, okay, say I want a stable house. I need to go apply for housing, right? I need to go every realty place. I need to go to every person, every Craigslist ad and call and contact and see every apartment, everything, everywhere, and just be like, okay, if this is what I want and this is what I want to secure, I had to take the necessary steps to get there, right? And be accountable and set that mark. That way, when I got there, I could say, you know what, I did this, I made this, I was accountable for what I did before and what I'm doing now, and this is how I created it. So That's the same with anything, right? So if you're sitting there and you're saying you're working a job you don't like and you're not making enough money and you're saying, oh, I just want to make more money, but you're not doing anything about it. You're not taking accountability and saying, okay, well, I chose this job. If you don't want it, you need to explore other options to create it the way you want it to be. You need to be out there networking, talking to businesses, looking for job opportunities, creating job opportunities, right? By going out there and getting them. You're not going to get it by sitting there complaining about it. You're only going to get it by getting up and getting it, right? So complaining, right? Why complain if you're not going to do anything about it? If you want to be more fit, get up and exercise. If you want to lose weight, get up, exercise, eat healthy. If you want to learn something, go learn it. Don't just sit there and say, I want to learn how to play piano, but not do anything about it. Go reach out to an instructor, take a class, go talk to people, take the steps. Don't ever just sit there and expect that these things are going to come to you, because they're not. Life doesn't work that way. These things are not just going to come to you. You got to get up and go get them. You are accountable for yourself in your life and the way you want it to be. So it just blows my mind, like the smallest thing will make the greatest impact. And I can't even stress this enough. The smallest change in this any way, shape, or form that you want to create your life is whatever you want. You take a small step first, right? I mean, I was just talking to my buddy the other day. He said, how do you eat an elephant? And I thought about it. I was like, okay, well, one bite at a time, right? So you just make small steps, small changes, create your life the way you want it to be. But you will not be able to create your life if you can't take accountability for how it already is in place. And this accountability is understanding that this is your fault, right? Your life is this way because of you. I had another buddy before I understood accountability. Before my buddy told me about how I created my life this way. Same, I got out of the relationship. I was complaining about it, crying around, pointing the finger, saying, she did this, she did that, she did this. And my buddy said, Fred, man, it's your fault. And I said, what? Like, what do you mean it's my fault that these bad situations happened? I didn't understand. What do you mean it's my fault that she would hit me or down talk me or be toxic or treat me some kind of way? I didn't understand. How is that my fault? How is that my fault? It's not my fault, right? I was taking no accountability. It's not my fault that she's acting this way. No, what it was he told me that, he said, Fred, this is your fault. He said, whatever you did or did not do, whatever you said or did not say, you allowed it, right? So because I allowed it, it was my fault. So now I had to take accountability for that, right? It's my fault. And that's the same with anything, with all of your relationships, friendships, any of that, is that once you allow it to be a certain type of way, if somebody calls you and they ask you for something and you give it to them, they're going to call you and ask you for something and they're going to expect it. And then when you don't, they're going to pop off with an attitude because you allowed it and you built the relationship that way, or the friendship, or whatever the situation is. Then you're looking at like, oh, well, why are they acting like that? I didn't want to give them money. Well, it's like, well, that's your fault because you did it, because you allowed it and you let the relationship build that way. Same with a partner. If they're treating you some kind of way and you don't have that self-love and self-respect to set those boundaries and tell them, I'm not going to allow you to treat me this way. And if you do, you're not going to be around me, right? And then that's the taking accountability for me and protecting myself and loving myself to not allow that. Because if I continue to allow this person to treat me this way, then it's my fault. It's my fault if they're breaking my shit or beating me up or down talking me. It's my fault because I allowed them, instead of removing myself. I wouldn't say lower yourself. I wouldn't say lower yourself to where you're doing these things back, because that's just going to create nastiness. It's just going to, you're going to lower yourself, and then you guys are just both just tearing each other down, right? We as people, we should be building each other up and pushing to be our better selves. I push every person I know, all my friends, all my family. They probably don't like it. Some people probably don't even like talking to me at all, because I tell them, like, oh, you know, I just tell them exactly how I feel and what I think, right? Like, oh, I need a new job. Go get one. Oh, I don't like my relationship. End it, right? You're just gonna sit here and just complain about it. Oh, I want to be more strong. Go to the gym. Oh, I want to, whatever. No matter what it is, it's like, just go do it. Life's too short. Like, what? You're gonna lose by not doing it, right? Because you look at the potential that if you just get up and do it, you're gonna see the results. You're gonna see it, feel it, and you're gonna create it the way you want it to, and it's just gonna be incredible. And I cannot, it's literally, when I started understanding these things and started applying them, it just changed my life. And being accountable was the very first thing I had to do, is to understand that it's my fault. Everything is my fault. Everything in your life is your fault. There are circumstances that are out of control. There are things that you can't do anything about, right? But what you can do about those things is control how you react and how you respond to them, right? Just as I said earlier, don't lower yourself, right? So somebody's treating you poorly, you don't lower yourself to their level and start treating them the way they're treating you, because that's not going to do any good, right? You want to remove yourself, take the healthy route, and not allow it, and just have those boundaries and love yourself and protect yourself. That's like, now I feel like I'm rambling, but accountability, just, it's your fault. Like I said, the things that are out of your control, I would say under the age of 16, 16, you should start understanding that there's repercussions to your actions, and that if you do something bad is going to happen. By that age, you should understand that everything is going to start being your fault, and everything is going to be the way you make it at the age of 16. 16 and under, I mean, puberty, that's all hard stuff. I didn't even learn it till I was 27, so, it's like, I'm not going to judge anybody or treat anybody less, no matter what their circumstances are. I got plenty of friends and family who choose to live different lives, and that's their life to live. I'm not here to judge them or treat them any kind of way, but I won't allow it. I won't allow them to complain to me about it. I won't allow them, because then it changes my mindset. It starts tearing me down a little bit, and I can't allow that for myself. I can't allow them to complain about their life, so I shut it down right away. It's like, I don't want to hear this because you're going to start making me think this way. I'm just going to say it how I think. Well, do something, change it, get up, go out, whatever. But, this accountability is one of the hardest ones to understand. And I hope that more people can take accountability for their actions. Instead of playing the victim, we are survivors, right? I'm a survivor. I'm not a victim of my circumstances. I'm a survivor, and I've created my life this way, the way that I choose to, and I'm going to continue to live my life the way I choose to. And, it's just good stuff, just being accountable. And I prefer to surround myself with people who are accountable, right? Sometimes people like to vent. Okay, that's understandable. Sometimes we have a lot and we just want to talk about it. So if a friend is venting to me, and I tell them, well, do something, change it, do something, they'll usually just tell me that, like, you know, I understand it's my fault. I'm just trying to process this, right? So sometimes talking about it and venting it out, you'll be able to analyze the situation a little better and then take a better approach to it. Not always, but more often than not, if I talk about something, I usually have the solution by the time I'm done talking about it, which is pretty crazy. But accountability, man, just you gotta be accountable for yourself and do something about it.